Okay, that should work. That's gonna have to do for tonight. So I thought I was cute earlier when I got on. I thought I was just gonna do an open forum in that, you know, people would just join, but the person who wanted to join couldn't get on. So we pushed it back an hour so that they can get on. I always believe that when stuff like that happens, that there's a word that somebody needs to hear. So I didn't want to just let it go by the wayside. So we're going to try again with the connection and the time issues. You know, I deal with a lot of people from different time zones. So, like, Felicia right now is an hour behind me. I told her I was going to be on at 8. She would have waited till 8 her time. She would have missed it. You know, time zones are a big issue. And, you know, I never noticed until dealing with people from all different time zones that y'all grown adults don't know what time zone y'all live in. That was always shocking to me that people don't know time zones. Like, when I post something, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to be on here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central Time. I remember somebody was on one of my book clubs and they were like, what does that mean? What does CST mean? And I'm like, honey, that's Central Time. But, you know, if you never really venture outside of your time zone, you might not know that. So I give people grace because I know I've been around the world. So that's that. But God works all things out, because while I was off, I got a call from my grandmother and my publisher, and I needed to hear my grandma's voice, make sure she's doing good, and I need to talk to my publisher. So everyone's been asking about that book. Yes, Felicia, you do still be late. It's okay. I be late too. I be late to work every day. Thank God for grace. Thank God for a good job, because if I had to clock in, baby, I wouldn't have a job. But yes, hey De'Erica. So the book is coming soon. I'm not lying. It's a real book, y'all. I feel like a little liar now because it keeps getting pushed back, but I want it to be perfect. This is honoring my bestie, my best friend. I have to make sure that it's perfect. So it is going to be out. The pre-order form is on, I don't think it's in the bio. The pre-order form is on my Linktree on my personal page, The Friendship Chick. You can pre-order the book, or you could always just DM me and I'll send it to you. You know, I'm a very accessible person. I'm not hard to reach. The pre-order is on there. You can pre-order the book so that when the book comes out, you will know when the book signings are. You will know when everything is happening. A lot of people have asked me, like, did you release the book? Did you have a book signing? I'm like, baby, y'all will know. I promise y'all will know when the book signing is happening, because I'm going to tell everybody and their mama and their grandmama and their great grandmama and all their ancestors. So y'all are going to know. I thank you guys for the support. While I'm going down the list of all the things going on, I have another book. See, De'Erica, I practiced earlier, so I got everything in order now. I have another book coming out called I Am Queen, and that is a book curated by Tanisha Reed. And there's actually 22 authors on that book, and we all talk about our journeys to how we became a queen. So, queendom business, me. And I teach a course called You Are a Queen, and I just thought this book would be perfect to be a part of. So I have a chapter in that book. This Friday I will be on Facebook at the KRC bookstore on their live podcast. I will be talking about that on Friday. Sunday I will be talking about my book Lessons from an Angel, about friendship, on the Sacramento Sister Circle on Instagram. I will be talking about that book on there. The I Am Queen book comes out April 22nd. They're having a banquet in West Memphis, Arkansas, and that is where the book signing for the I Am Queen book will be. That's April 22nd. Felicia, yes, on May 7th, I will be in Wetumpka, Alabama, talking about friendship. with my sister Felicia Rowe. She will be talking about empowering women. It's called the Girls Gathering. We're gonna get together, and as my spiritual mother, Melisha Owens, she's throwing it. She always says, "I just want to love on y'all. I just want to see y'all." So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be on there. I'm gonna be there May 7th. And Felicia's actually going to be the guest. She's going to be the one of the guests. She's going to be my guest on the Queen of Business podcast next month, Tuesday, so she can talk about on Transformation Tuesday, so she can talk about empowering women. She is like the best motivator ever.
And just let it get down into your soul so that you can sleep with this tonight. You are more than enough. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are strong. You will get through this. Depression will not take you out. Anxiety will not take you out. You are a winner.
She's the most amazing person ever. So she'll be on here next month. Memorial Day, the Queen of Business Field Day that I do every year. I will be hosting that on Memorial Day weekend on Sunday, May 28th. Flyers have not gone up yet because I'm trying to secure the venue right now. So that is going to be a great time. We will be able to, I want to be able to give away gifts, give away prizes, give away toys, give away sports equipment to the kids, the youth in the area, so that they are promoting, healthy summers after school gets out. When school gets out, all that stuff goes on. So I want to be able to give away basketballs, footballs, baseballs, soccers, all of that stuff. I want to be able to do that. So that is what I will be doing for Memorial Day weekend. If you want to support, if you want to donate, I am taking all donations. If you want to help me, if you're in the area and you want to help, come help me out, because I take all the help that I can get. But yeah, so that is the Queen of Business updates. I'm just super excited about what God is doing. It is April. It's the beginning of April and spring. I look outside and all the cherry blossoms are blooming. And I listened to this pastor, or this prophet. His name is Cedric, and he talked about how he just confirmed a lot of things that I knew of about God manifesting things in our lives. And he was like, last month, I think he said that the flowers were beginning to bloom, and this month they're blossoming. And it just reminded me of the cherry blossoms, because spring happens. I think the first day of spring was like March, maybe it was March, I don't know, don't get me the line, but the first day of spring was in March, and that is just when everything just starts. But everything now is blooming and blossoming into something new. So spring is like the season of new, and it's been a great season in my life. I'm just super excited about what God is going to do in this season. Yes, so those are the Queen of Business announcements. Hey, Kiara, how are you and my new baby? Shout out to the mothers out there. I don't have no kids, but I would be, honey, I don't even know what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight. Trying to take care of a whole nother life. Like, you guys are heroes. And Felicia on here got 7 kids. 7 kids. Did I add you a kid in? Is it 6 or 7? It's 7. Yeah, I think so. Yes, y'all are the real life heroes. De'Erica takes care of her little brother. She has full custody of him. She's amazing. I just be like, y'all are amazing. Yes. Me and De'Erica were talking earlier about friendships. I was sharing with her about my book and how, what did I say? Oh, how I seen a post on Instagram that said, women always, what did it say? It said women give their significant other a million chances, but as soon as their homegirl mess up, she's out, she's done, it's over, it's like finito. And I was like, that's so true. Like, everyone wants to talk about relationships and how you supposed to make a relationship work with with a significant other, but nobody wants to talk about friendships, like platonic relationships, like how a man and man friendship is supposed to go, or how a woman and woman friendship is supposed to go. Somebody needs to come and write the male version of the book that I wrote, because men, it just don't seem like they have all them issues in friendships. But women, it's just so many different types of emotions. There's so many things that goes into having a friendship. And I look around at all the people that I have in my life and all the friends that I have, all the people that I've met, and they taught me so much. Like, I wrote the book as a tribute to Angel because she was my best friend. So she was like the top friend. But I have so many other people who have taught me so much. So I wrote this book as a tribute to Angel, but I'm also working on a devotional from all those other friendships and how to be godly. Like, the book about Angel, Lessons from an Angel, is the keys to healthy friendships, but the devotional will be keys to godly friendships. So it'll be backed up biblically and scripturally, so that we can know exactly, be the type of friend that God has called us to be. It's okay to be a good friend, but certain things go with certain people. I'm just so excited. Y'all see, I changed my name. I'm the friendship chick now, because I really am. Anybody who knows me, I always tell people, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a good friend. And if somebody got a bad story to tell you, if they have a bad story to tell you, I'm eager to hear it, because they're probably lying, because my rap sheet, hey, is great. So enough about me. How you doing? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm
I can
fine.
hear
I'm
you.
good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you. I didn't know if we was gonna see you. I didn't know it was
Now
going on.
I was stuck in traffic trying to get home from work.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. Well, I'm happy you made it safely.
Thank you.
I was sharing before you got on that how you wanted to be on the podcast, and I didn't want to deter you from telling your story, because I feel like when I logged on my Instagram earlier, it made me like update, and then we had our time messed up earlier, like all that stuff. So I'm like, when stuff like that happens, somebody needs to hear something that needs to be said on here tonight. So I ain't got nothing to do. I was just telling them I ain't got no kids. I ain't got nothing to do. So I got time to be on here with you tonight, because I want to hear what you have to say. And I'm very happy. I'm very honored. I'm very blessed that you want to share
Thank you. Thank you.
what your story is. So so first off, tell everybody your name.
My name is, you want me to tell them my real name, or
whatever you feel? This will be on playback. So
my name is Denard. I go by Nardo. 33 years old, from Washington, D.C. I was born in Richmond, Virginia. A lot of people don't know that about me, but I was actually born in Richmond, Virginia, but I grew up in Washington, D.C. With my grandmother, my mother. I am the oldest boy of my mother's 9 kids. I have 3 older sisters, 2 of my twins.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, what you guys want to know? To ask me some questions. What you want to know?
So first off, tell us what you like to do.
I like to be alone. I like to listen to my music.
What's some artists you be listening to? That's how I can tell what kind of person you are.
I'm a huge Kevin Gates fan. Like, I'm huge on Kevin Gates. I'm a huge. I love his music. I listen to a lot of Rod Wave. I listen to old music. I listen to old Young Jeezy. I listen to Yo Gotti. I don't listen to too much R&B, but I I just don't. I know the R&B singer song, but I won't know who she is that's actually singing the song. But
Okay.
I listen to a couple of different artists.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we started talking. We were talking yesterday, and you were telling me about some things, some initiatives that you do with the youth and with you and your aunt's nonprofit. So
Yeah, so my aunt has a nonprofit, and it's called Omitted Truth. And just recently this year, I was added to as a member of her board. And part of my duties is I talk to the youth about just about anything for real. For when I talk to them, I kind of like let them control the conversation pretty much. But I just kind of give them a background story. Like I've been locked up for years. Like I'm 33 years. I just turned 33 in February, and like I told you yesterday, I'm 33 years old, and 13 of those 33 years have been incarcerated. Some as a kid, as young as 12, my first time, and then from 14 to 17, then as an adult, on and off. I've been home now, going on. I think this year be 4 years that I've been home, haven't been in trouble. I have 3 kids. I have a daughter who will be 12 in July. I have a son who's 11, just turned 11 in February. My youngest son is 3. He turned 3 in March. Mm-hmm. So when I talk to the kids, I just kind of, basically, try to relate to them, because a lot of the kids feel like they're not going to listen to nobody who's 45 and 50, and they look at you kind of like their grandfather, like it's not the same like that. So, me coming from not too long ago, being where some of them are headed to go, I just try to tell them like it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what are the different topics so when you speak to these young people, are you doing it like at the schools, in the community? Like how does that work?
It's different. I've done it at rec centers. I had in PG County, I was with the mayor of Denard last year, and she had a food drive, and some kids came out, and I spoke with them there. My aunt, we are planning this summer to start taking trips again, because we had to stop doing it when COVID came and really hit us kind of hard, so we couldn't travel because of COVID. Mm-hmm. But pretty much, rec centers, churches, it could be food drive, pretty much anywhere that we are asked to come to and help another organization support, we go support them, and we just try to do our thing.
Oh, that's good. So I'm gonna definitely have to get with y'all, because I'm doing.
I got my auntie's card. Like I got it.
You did forget to give it to me.
Card. Yeah.
Yes.
I got it in my room. I just got.
Yes. You'll do what you're supposed to do. I know you will. So what kinds of topics do you see? What do the kids really want to talk about? Because sometimes us as adults, even though we're like the cool middle adults, like where we're not all the way adulty, but we're still kind of young too. Yeah. Like sometimes we miss the mark. So what have you noticed or seen that they really like, the topics that they really want to talk about?
It just depends on the age group, the bracket that I'm talking to. Mm-hmm. Because the kids, like my son is 11, and some of his friends, my son's in boxing. He's real big in boxing. He just won the Golden Gloves for the state of Prince George County back in February. So, like the kids, his age, like music is their thing. Mm-hmm. So the music is, as a parent, what I would say, could be your biggest friend or your biggest downfall. Mm-hmm. Like like my son listens to the music he listens to, but when he listens to the music, he like, Daddy, have you heard this song? Daddy, have you heard this song? I'll listen to the song, and I let him know, like, that's him. Whoever you look, that's him. That's how he's doing. Mm-hmm. That's what he's saying. You don't got to be like that to be what you want to be. Right. If you want to be cool, you can be cool in your own way of being cool. Then when you have, kids from 14 to 16, their approach is different. Mm-hmm. They are now coming of age, so they want to talk about women. Their biggest thing is, I don't trust these women, these mm-hmm. females who, and it's different, so it just depends on the age group I'm talking to and the dynamics of the kids that I'm talking to.
That's true. That is true. So as you can see in our area, the crime rate, I was talking to a police officer, a PG County police officer the other day, and they were telling me how the crime rate in teenagers, like 14 to 18, has like rapidly increased. Like he said, I don't remember what something like 80%.
It's high.
It was a high percentage.
It's very high.
Yes, that most of the crimes are being done by 14 to 18-year-olds. And I'm thinking in my head, like they should be at home in the middle of the night. Like their parents should know where they're at. So how do you feel about that, considering you talk to a lot of these youth and you see what's going on in the world and in our county specifically?
So with the violence and stuff like that, just in my opinion, it doesn't really make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was younger and I seen the older guys around me doing their thing, and you know how it was back when I grew up. I was born in 1990, you know,
mm-hmm.
in Northeast Washington, D.C. I'm from Edgewood,
mm-hmm.
Northeast D.C. And seeing those guys that was out there when they was doing their thing, and how me and my friends was when we were getting trouble doing our thing, it wasn't like this. Like we fought. Me and my friends fought. And we fought
mm-hmm.
each other.
Mm-hmm.
We fought anybody on the outside. You know, and these kids these days is like they'll kill their friend.
Yeah.
So a lot of the crimes that happen believe it or not, between people who actually know each other. Like
mm-hmm.
we go to the same high school, but you live on that side of the street and I live on this side. And
mm-hmm.
you never did nothing to me, but my friends don't like you. So if I see you, I got a problem with you.
Right.
So it's like it's a mind thing, I guess you could say, with
mm-hmm.
the kids and how they approach it. And then some kids carry guns and they don't have no problems with nobody. They just scared.
Yeah.
Or my homeboy got a gun. I don't want to look like the weirdo without the gun.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's a mindset with that age group.
That's true. That is true. I do notice a lot of the youth are just doing stuff because they see other people do it. And I mean, that was evident in our generation too. We used to copy what we see on TV.
I used to wear Band-Aid like Nelly.
I was just talking to somebody about that Nelly Band-Aid.
I used to wear Band-Aid like Nelly. I used to wear 2 headbands. Me and my little brother, we used to wear 2. I used to wear my jerseys backwards. And then I wore my jerseys. I wore 2 headbands to match my jerseys and stuff.
Yes, and that's true because that's what we saw on TV. But a lot of these kids are seeing this stuff real time, like outside their window, like, and it's scary because, like, it's like if our kids aren't protected at school, if they're not protected in places where they're supposed to be safe, where are they protected at? And it's scary when to think that, you know, that school shootings are happening and that people are getting killed at school where they're supposed to be safe. It's just so much stuff going on in the world with our young folks. It's just tiring. It's tiring.
That's why I said it's like a mindset thing. When I was in school, all my homeboys didn't carry guns.
Mm-hmm.
Now in school, if one homeboy got a gun, like I said, the rest of the homeboys want to have a gun. Because they see that. They see the shootings on school, guys having guns. Like them guys from the other side of the street, they got guns in school. We need to have guns in school. We don't want to be like the kids that this happened to when these guys came to school and shot them. Or we don't want to leave school and, you know, stuff like that. So it's and it's not just here. It's across the whole country where kids between 14 and 18 are like, they die faster than people between 21 and 25.
They are.
Faster.
They are. Yeah. My mom said, Lavish My Prime, every teen is just, hey, Mom. Every teen is just trying to find their identity. And she was an elementary educator when I was growing up, taught kids of all different ages. So, yeah, De'Erica says, yeah, where are the parents? And I think sometimes the parents, it's not that they're missing. I think they're just young.
And I want to say that as well.
Yeah. I think that they just don't really know what's going on. They think they know.
My oldest child is 12.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people who's 33 and their oldest child is 15 and 16. So when you do the math, you were around 16, 17 when you had that child. So
yeah, that is That is something to think about too. Parents are younger. Lavish My Prime says, and as adults, we have no idea of what our children go through on a daily. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And that's why I asked you when we first started, what have you seen was the trend? Because we think we know what kids want to talk about, but sometimes when they get with an adult they trust like you, they might have far more to talk about, and you be like, I know sometimes when I'm talking to youth, I'm like, what? You know about that? Like, why you want to know about that? And I be just shocked at.
They teach me so much every time I have these interaction with these kids. They teach me so much, and it's like, but at the same time, I teach them stuff too, about different things. Like some of the guys, when they like, man, that's not how you wear that. Like when I wear certain stuff, like, you know, shoes and stuff. Oh, and I be trying to tell them, like, man, those shoes came out long time ago. Like those, they new to you, but like when I was younger, those shoes was like, and they were $35, $45 cheaper than what you got to pay for them. So
yeah, like our parents used to always tell us, boy, you ain't invented nothing, and now we're saying the same thing. It just goes in the same circle. De'Erica said some students don't have the self-awareness and self-regulation that they need to make those decisions for themselves. And she's a teacher too. And that's true. That's true. I saw that a lot growing up. I used to have problems with all my classmates and peers because I wasn't a follower. I was not unfortunately, but I was a leader. So if something went wrong, I probably was at the front of it, but I just never was I wasn't going to do what other kids were doing. And I always had issues with that because I knew my identity at a young age. She said they smothered their kids trying to protect them. Kids got to live. And that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Not the 1990 years are old now. We are getting up there.
And I got younger cousins that's in college now, younger sisters that's in college, and I just be sitting there looking like, when I be like, one of my sisters, she just turned 22, and I'm just like, you're 22, like what?
Yeah.
And I just be sitting there thinking about like how much, like, even I sit back and I think like, what was things like when I was 22?
Right.
What was things like when I was 11? So it's like,
yeah, times do change. So with you, you said you were locked up 13 years of your 33 years.
Yep.
With you being in and out of jail, what type of change did you witness going in and coming out over the years?
One thing prison taught me at a young age, and I was like, you have to really pay attention to people. Like really pay like you have to pay attention to people. You have to pay attention to their words and their mannerisms and their actions, and you have to pay attention to how they do other people, because someone could treat you right. Someone could be the greatest friend of you, and they could be doing their other friend wrong. Only time will tell when that person will be you. Right. So prison just taught me a lot about people, just in general.
That's good, because I know it's like a cliche, but it's also true to know who you're locked up with, because people they don't have your best interests at heart. So it's best to have your own best interests. So I believe you do. You probably do know how to read people really well.
I mean, I still have and then one thing prison taught me is love. Like the way that the men in prison, the bonds that you grow with these men in prison are for a lifetime. I still accept phone calls from plenty of guys that I knew from the streets going into prison and just from prison. So prison taught me how to love on a different level. It taught me how to accept the person for who they are, good or bad. Good or bad. But again, like I said, it also taught me how to watch people.
Right.
So it has its gives and it takes, its ups and its downs, its goods and bads.
Of course. So what is the one thing that has kept you out for so long? You know, make sure you don't go back.
The food. What? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I just had a jerk salmon, chef salad. I'm sorry, I can't remember the restaurant name, but it's something in Northwest DC. Is smoked something. Y'all know. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name.
Sounds
But
good though.
it was, and when the food, like, but now on a serious note, prison. One thing that besides like my kids and family, but the one thing that honestly keeps me out of prison, I want to be able to do for myself when I get up and want to leave out my house and go to work, get in the car, go to the store. Just the ability to want to do for myself. One thing that you don't get to do in prison, you have to depend on somebody. Sir, can you open my door? Can you close my door? Excuse me, bunk buddy. Can you turn around so I can use this commode right here? Excuse me, sir. Can I go to the barbershop, get a shape up? I got a visit coming. Excuse me, boo. Can you come see me? Hey, mom, can you send me money? Hey, dad, I need them pictures. So the fact that I can do everything I want to do for myself is my biggest thing. I hated being in there and having to ask for anything.
Yeah.
Hey, bunk buddy, I don't have no food right now, man. Let me get 2 noodles. Let me get a honey bun. So the fact that I could get up and do for myself is like my biggest fear to lose.
That's good. Thank you for sharing that. So after saying all of that, I know you shared with me that you wanted to start your own podcast. What would be like your mission? What is your mission? What is your purpose?
It's people that's like me that's out there. It's people that's like me out there. Like, I get on, I'm very antisocial. I told you, I like people, but I do not love people. I like them because I like to learn. I'm very intrigued by people, but I don't love people. I feel you. So I have this thing where I'll get on live, and I don't care if it's one person on there. I'll just do my thing. I listen to music. I might not even pay attention to people on the camera, or I might talk here and there, but it's people who want to hear what you saying.
Yeah.
You got Charleston White got 10,000 people watching the ignorance he be saying. Sometimes he's right, but his approach is wrong. Is wrong. And if Charleston White can have 10,000 people watching him, I'm cool if I just got 10 people watching.
Yeah.
Because them 10 people know 10 people that know 10 people that know 10 people. Word of mouth travels fast. I learned that from being in prison. You can be in one little jail, and you leave that jail, wherever you go, somebody knows you. And they know what you're about. They know who you are. They know what you're here for. So word of mouth travels real fast. So
that's true. My mom says, so proud of your willingness to use your experience and your story to make a difference. For every negative, there is a positive. Thank you, and be encouraged and keep making a difference.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is some good words. Thanks, Mom. That is. Did you need that?
So a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm real shy. Like, I'm real shy. Like, I'm just real shy. And even now sitting here, you probably can't tell, but I'm shaking. Like, I'm shaking. And it's not because I'm scared. I'm just nervous. And I'm just shy. And it's not like I'm scared or nervous or shy about my experience. I have this thing where as though I don't care how you feel about me, but sometimes it bothers me how people perceive me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes my perception, the way I'm looked upon when people see me, it's different. It's crazy because I had some people who don't know me, but know me for a long time. They don't know that I'm shy. They don't know I'm shy. They don't know that I really don't care for people. They don't know that. But they know that, well, they used to know that I can get a certain kind of way. To say the least, I can get a certain kind of way. They used to know that. They know that I can still, if necessary, get that kind of way. It's people who haven't known me for so long, like some of my co-workers, people I've worked with, people I've met out in the field talking and going to these meetings, they don't know that about me. So sometimes they kind of be taken aback, like, you been locked up before? You ain't never been to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Like, so that warms me up a little bit, because it's like, damn, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, okay. So it doesn't bother me how people feel, but at times it do irritate me how people perceive.
Yes, I understand that. I do. So the way people perceive you, is it off appearance, or is it off of how you speak to them? What is the first thing that you seem to notice? Because nobody can look at you and tell that you were in jail. So how do you feel that people are negatively perceiving you? Obviously, you're a Black man in America, as my father says. So that's probably number one, but I don't want to answer for you.
But I wasn't even going to go that route, and that's the crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even going to go that route. But so it's when I talk, I don't talk like what I've been through.
That's
You
a
know
testimony.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I speak, I ain't never been to college, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Never been to college. I read books, but everything that I know, I got from paying attention. Everything that I got here, I know from paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm people say this all the time, man, you smart. I ain't smart, bro. I'm intelligent. So when I talk, people don't really know.
Mm-hmm. Your sound went out. Oh, there we go. Okay.
When they look, they feel as though they can tell. And
Mm-hmm.
some people can, some people can't. I'm just gonna move around 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Black people. I know y'all gonna get mad. Where he going?
Yeah, because where you going in the middle of this?
I know. Yeah, I had to. My phone was about to die. I connect my phone. But it's the way I look, but not because I look like a Black man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because of that. It's just the way that I'm looked upon because of where I'm at.
Okay.
Pretty much. If I looked just like this,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a regular face being seen in Beverly Hills, no one would ever.
Mm-hmm.
When I wear casual outfits and stuff to work, I don't look like what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, so it's basically kind of like where I'm at. Because of my area and because of the statistics,
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting the statistics where it's though, I don't know the national average, but I guess it's like 2 out of 5 black men or something like that will go to prison. I'm going to be put in that 2%.
Mm-hmm.
I may be, I may not, but I feel as though I'm going to be put in that 2%.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is it that you want people to know about you that you think they've already negatively perceived? If you could tell someone or let the world know, this is who I am, who are you, if this is not the way you want people to see you?
It's crazy because, to be honest, it's like I said, like, I don't care how people feel, but it do bothers me how they perceive me. But I guess it's more so the people that I interact with.
Mm-hmm.
The people who I don't interact with, the people who I don't, come across on my daily travels and commutes, it's those kind of people. It's honestly, okay, so the homeless guy down at the liquor store,
Mm-hmm.
it would affect me how he thinks about me. So I'm not going to walk past him cussing all loud, singing my music loud, wearing my pants sagging below my waist.
Mm-hmm.
When I go in the store, he opened the door for me. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. I'm going to treat him like a human. It's going to bother me how he perceives me.
Mm-hmm.
But to people outside of like that kind of thing, I could care less. Honestly, I could care less. It's not going to bother me or shake or rattle me either way.
That's a good attitude to have. That's a good attitude because I believe that people's perception is their reality. So if they perceive you a certain way, it's really not much you can change if they already look at you to be a certain way.
And you can and you can try your hardest.
Mm-hmm.
You can try your hardest to show people I'm not that guy. I'm not that. If that's how they feel, if that's what they believe, that's what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's, like I said before, that's another thing prison has taught me. If you were a thief at a prison and you're known for stealing, you could be in prison for 10 years and you ain't stole nothing in 7 years. That's just what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So on the day-to-day basis, what is your motivating factor? Like, what gets you out of bed in the morning? What keeps you going? What keeps hope alive for you?
That I can get better every day.
Mm-hmm.
I can get better every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I can get better. Every day I have a chance to
Redemption.
I have a chance to be blessed every day. Every day I get up, I have a chance at whatever, at anything, whatever it is. Every day that I wake up, I have a chance to do. Like I said before, my biggest fear of losing is losing my ability to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I know I got up and I got a chance to do,
Mm-hmm.
that's the biggest motivation for me. The fact that I can get up and do something today.
Mm-hmm.
I can get up and do something that ain't no even though you weren't the one who stabbed no one, you can't leave out your cell for 72 hours. It ain't none of that. I can, if the guy down the street shoot somebody, I can still leave out my front door.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got, I'm sorry to say that, but officer, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, go about your day. So my biggest motivation is the ability to get up and do. Some people have the ability to get up and do, and they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing.
They're wasting time. They're wasting time. They're wasting their purpose. That's good. So you mentioned earlier that you read a lot when you were in prison. I have a book club. So any books that you read that you want to share with the world or share with us? Any books that stuck out to you in your years?
So I read the book on Asada Shakur.
Mm-hmm.
I read a book about her. And honestly, I read that book like 3 times just because one reason was I didn't understand it. Like it was talking to me in a language that I've never really heard before, so I couldn't really understand. So I read it 3 times, and it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the biggest book that I really read. That kind of like left a big impression on me.
Mm.
Most of the other books I read, honestly, were like books about people.
Okay.
About how to love people, how people should love you, the values of people, things like that.
That's good. That's good. You said something about what did you say? It was something about your friendships with the people that you were locked up with.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was, but it was something.
They're strong. They last forever.
That's what it was.
They're strong and they
and
last forever. I had friends who I met in prison,
mm-hmm.
who are my friends today outside of prison. Mm-hmm. And we met when we were younger, wild kids, just doing whatever. Mm-hmm. And I met them 19 years old, 20, 21 years old, 22 years old. And we still are friends today. We still talk. We still, conversate with each other. We still check on each other from time to time. I have friends that's doing time now that's getting ready to come home within a year. Another one's going to come home within like 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. And I talk to them on a regular basis. I got friends that may never see home again. And it's just, I'm around you every day. Mm-hmm. I'm with you every day. I'm watching you work out. I'm helping you work out. You seeing me go through things with my wife, my fiance, my girlfriend, with my family, my mom dying. I'm in here with you being treated inhumanely. It's just a lot of things that tied together. Same it will between a man and a female, a man and his wife. Baby, we've been through so much together. You know, like I've watched you grow as a woman. You watched me grow as a man. You know, it's somewhat like that. It's symbolic to that. I'm around you all the time. You know, like, so those bonds that I have with those men, like, those are my brothers forever. You know, so it's like, so I'm real big on friendships and the love I have for people and the love that they have for me.
That's good. That's good. So, I'm big on friendships too. That's why my name is the Friendship Chick. In that Kingdom business. So, as I was saying before, I wrote the book about friendship, about the keys to healthy friendships that my best friend taught me. But at Queen of Business, we try to help people turn their pain into purpose and use those things. And I love how you use what you went through in those times and your hardships and your trials, and you're trying to turn them into something worthwhile for the youth and for the people around you. And keep those friendships, because you know what it's like to be in there and not have nobody on the outside. So those friendships are important. And I never even heard, I've seen it before, like with my cousins who have been locked up, how they are close to the people that they were locked up with, but I never heard it portrayed in such a beautiful way that that those are your brothers and that you guys went through so much. I think the way you described that was really good. So thank you for, letting us know that, because sometimes we have preconceived notions about people who are locked up, and we think everything is a trauma bond, which some things are trauma bonds, but
you know something that's crazy?
What's that?
And this is true. I've met some of the most wisest, smart, intelligent people in prison. Do you know how smart you got to be to make Thanksgiving dinner in prison?
I've heard about that cooking in prison, and yes.
Do you know that this guy can make apple pies from bread and honey buns and apples that we get from the kitchen? And it tastes better than grandma's. I love you. It tastes better than grandma's.
Wow.
There's guys in prison who my TV broke for some reason. It ain't as bright as it used to be. I take it down the hallway to Al, and Al gonna fix my TV. He only gonna charge me some stamps and some noodles.
Yeah.
People on the streets get paid thousands of dollars to do that. He just want to be able to call his wife and send his kids some birthday cards.
They make do with what they have.
There's guys in prison who've been in prison since they were young. Came into prison, didn't know how to read or write or none of that. They lead in mentor groups and Bible study groups, and they lead in Jumars, and it's just all kind of people in prison. Yeah. It's all, and it's so crazy. Like, you have shows about people coming home, falling in love, people coming home from prison, changing their lives around. People are really intrigued about what goes on in there. Like, when I talk to the kids and I tell them, stories, and I tell them things that I've seen, things that I've been through in prison, and their eyes are big. Some of them eyes are big because, unfortunately, they're not scared. That's how my eyes used to be. I can see it. My grandmother used to send me, for those who are old enough, if you ever seen Maury, before he was just You Are the Father, he used to do at-risk kids. And he had this big guy named D. West used to come on it. And that's my name. My name is Denard West, and I used to write on my school papers, D. West. And people used to tease me, "Oh, that's your dad, woo-woo." And my grandmother used to be like, "I'm going to see you on there with that big dude." And I used to look at her, "Grandma, I'm not scared of him. I ain't even scared of you. I'm not scared of him." And those kids look at me with those same eyes. And then some of them look at me with the eyes like, I can't do that. Yeah. I can't take a shot with my drawers on with another man beside me taking a shot with his drawers on. Yeah. They can't do that.
Yeah. Well, it's good to educate them on what it looks like to have your freedom taken away. And I thank you for talking to the youth and letting them know, keep doing it, because the youth are wild in our county, in our city, in our nation. They are wild. So we need people like you to keep going around, keep telling people, keep talking. It's not for the weak. Do you have a source of faith? Do you have a source of faith?
I do. I believe there is a God. I'm not set on one religion. I don't believe in all religions, but I just believe that when you die, you do have a soul, and your soul goes to a God. I don't know which one, but there is one.
So has that been something that keeps you going, or no?
Sometimes, because I'm not very spiritual, but I am very faithful. I have very strong faith. I have very, very strong belief. Some people say, "Well, that's spiritual," but I don't pray every day. I don't go to church. I am the church. I am the church.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't go to church every day. I don't pray every day. But when I do pray, sometimes I pray and I be crying. I don't even know why I be crying. I be crying.
Who are you praying? Who are you praying to?
To God. I just, and sometimes I don't even say God. I just pray. I'll just start my prayer off, and when I finish, I'll just say Amen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just strong in my faith. I'm here. This phone here. Mm-hmm. It came from somewhere. It didn't just. So it is someone else.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
because you wouldn't
too much of who,
you wouldn't be crying if there was nothing going on. If you didn't feel his presence, feel his peace, feel his strength, there would be no tears.
I be crying.
Because God is just that good. He's just that amazing.
I be crying sometimes. I'm like, what? but again, like, I get up and I feel good. Yeah. Like it was the same thing in prison. I would be on my bunk and I lay back and I just pray. And I'd be sitting there, sniffing a little bit. My cell buddy might even be talking to me. He don't know I'm up there praying, crying.
Well, that's good. I'm happy that you had that. I'm happy you have that experience, because there is someone greater than all of us. And
that lady, that's your mom right there?
Yes.
Hi, Mom. I just wanted to make sure that was the right one. All right. Hi, Mom. How you doing? Yes. I just wanted to make sure that was the right one.
That's my mother. Yeah. So, is there anything else you want to say, or any?
You doing the kickball thing, right? Did you tell them about the kickball?
Yes, I think I did before you got on. So
okay. I ain't taking it easy. I ain't taking it easy, y'all.
You said what?
I'm competitive. I want to win. I want to win.
Come on, bring your fans, bring everybody. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let it be known. I want it to be a nice time. Everybody come out, have fun. We can learn from each other. Yes. The same way I can learn from you can learn from me, I can learn from them.
Yeah. Make sure your aunt's nonprofit know, and I'll probably solicit
I'm going to send that to you this week. I promise you. Even if I got to text her and her to send me the rundown, I promise you I'm going to send that to you this week.
Please do.
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna help me pass out all these flyers to the youth you be talking to at these churches and camps.
Yes, ma'am. Just give them to me and I got you.
Okay, Denard. Well, thank you so much for being on the Queen of Business Transformation Tuesday podcast. This will be uploaded to YouTube probably tomorrow, so that you can watch the playback. You can send it to whoever you need to send it to.
Okay.
And
send me the link.
Okay, I will, so we can share your story.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, good night, everybody. Good night.
All right, bye. All right.